Michael O'Leary, the Chief Exec of Ryanair, is with us now. Hi, morning.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks for joining us. So what's the issue?
We have these, what we call online travel agents, or OTAs, OTA pirates. They're scraping our websites to get access to our lowest airfares, and then they're using that information. They masquerade as being price comparison websites. But what they do when people make bookings for them is they massively overcharge them, or in some cases levy fees that don't exist. We've published today a November update on what some of these OTA pirates are up to, and it's extraordinary. In cases where we have a flight cancellation, say there's a French ATC strike, we cancel the flight, you're entitled to a full refund. Some of these guys are charging their customers 60 euros for a full refund that Ryanair is issuing without any fee whatsoever. If you want to buy an allocated seat, or you want to pick a seat on board an aircraft on Ryanair, the fee is 5 euros. These guys are charging 25 euros for that seat. And they're doing it to these unsuspecting consumers who think they're making a booking on a price comparison website that is giving them the best price. And yet they're being scammed at every turn for massive overcharges. And we've highlighted on our table today overcharges of 355% down to 100% on the underlying fees being levied by Ryanair. And we think this is something that the consumer agencies, which magazine, of course, is great for lecturing the world about airlines, but silent when it comes to the OTA pirates. And the UK and the government, which keeps talking about drip pricing, which doesn't exist, but has failed to tackle these OTA pirates.
What about if you turn up at the airport and you haven't got your boarding pass? How much does it cost?
Yep. £60. And to be fair, that's because we have sent you an email 2 days before travel. We sent you a second email the day before you travel, and we've sent you a text SMS on the day of travel to please check in online before you get to the airport. There's no excuse for showing up at an airport, not having checked in online, getting 3 reminders to do so. And the cost of that is the cost of us hiring the ticket desk and having staff sitting there to deal with it. So it's not just the cost of a piece of paper. You're breaking the rules, and if you break the rules, you should pay those fines. But there's no excuse for breaking the rules, because we remind you in the 2 days and the day before travel to please check in online. And I'm pleased to say 99.989% of passengers check in online before they get to an airport.
And what about those passengers that don't? Are they generally more elderly? Do they find that they've perhaps missed the emails? They're not quite sure how to do that?
In almost all cases, actually, the cleverest travellers are always the elderly. The people who are the first ones to jump on seat sales are the elderly, because they are generally time rich. It's astonishing. 95% of the people who pay this fee are people who booked using these OTAs, the OTA pirates. One of the scams that they engage in is when they make a booking on your behalf on Ryanair. They give us a fake email address, and they come up with a fake credit card. So they use a fake or virtual credit card to make the payment so that we can't access the passenger. They don't want us to be able to access the passenger. And because we have their fake emails, we send out these emails to that passenger 2 days before travel, the day before travel. It finishes up in the basement of these OTA pirates. They don't pass on the emails to the customers. And those are the customers who finish up paying the 60 quid for the airport check-in fee, and they show up, but we didn't know. And 99.9% of them are OTA customers who weren't briefed by the OTA or didn't have our customer service emails
Michael,
passed on.
what about when people make an honest mistake? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Ruth and Peter Jaffe from Ealing in West London. They printed their return boarding cards rather than their outward bound boarding cards. They're an elderly couple. You charge them £110.
Yeah, £60. They hadn't printed off the boarding card. They were sent an
email.
They did
print off the boarding card. It was just unfortunately the wrong one. Do you not make any allowance for that?
It wasn't unfortunate. We sent them an email. You haven't checked in. We sent them an email on the day of travel. You haven't checked in. And I'm sorry, like less than 0.5% of our passengers pay that fee, and there's no excuse for it, because we've sent, and in that case, those passengers received 3 emails from us in the day before travel and still showed up not having checked in for the flight.
So more fool them then, eh?
No, please pay attention to our emails when you get the emails. And if you're not an OTA, we have almost no OTA customers who don't check in online because they get the reminders from us the day before or 2 days before travel.
OK. It's good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for joining us this morning, as always.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.